Hi, Charles Moman here. Well, I realize I've got a lot of things that I've done that I need to get the videos out because I've got some big things coming. So today I'll show you how we pretty easily made a template for the floor and cut out a subfloor. Thanks for watching. Well, it's a nice sunny day, and what I'm about to do is to use some Rust-Oleum and just make sure to cover all the places where there's scratches and there's bare metal just to avoid rust. You don't need to see me do that because it's just painting over the scratches, so I won't waste your time with that. But here I go. Next step. So this is all going to be covered with Kilmat, and it's durable, but I don't want to be marching all over it, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and start working on the floor template, and because I've got cardboard pieces that I can cover this with. So went ahead and have some craft paper, and all I'm doing is just taking it, folding it in, and just cutting it, just getting it close. And so I'm just going to make the edges of this side, and then I'm going to get cardboard pieces and lay this down and make a template and get it really close. And I'd like it to be a really nice, neat fit that's not jammed in there, but a really, really good fit. So that's all I'm doing right now. It's just taking this craft paper, getting it in pretty close, and taping in any. If I'm too far away at some point, I'll just tape in a little extra piece and then use that as my template. So that's what I'll be doing for the next hour or so, or two, who knows. So I'm getting a little way here, so I'll just tape some extra. I'll just, you know, finesse it as I go along. I've got one side done. This is really a thing of beauty, isn't it? So what I decided was, why am I sitting on paper? All I'm doing right now is getting these edges. So once I get this edge done, which it basically is, then I'll come over and do the same thing all the way down here. And you're just piecing it together. And then once I get both sides done, then I'll run paper across the middle, tape it all down, and then I'm going to measure where the plywood pieces are and take it out probably in 2 or 3 sections, and then I'll lay it on some of the big cardboard I've got in there next to my camper. So you just sort of piece it together. I'm using a putty knife along the edge and just kind of scoring it and actually kind of cutting it, and it's working fine. So not pretty, kind of reminds you of my cardboard mock-ups, doesn't it? So this is how I'm doing it, and I'll show you some more in a minute. So you're looking at this and go, oh, this is a demonstration of the world's worst template for the floor. But actually it was all very tight, and then I had to untape the sides to get ready to take this out. So I'll do some more taping in the morning, and then I will be laying this on these huge sheets of cardboard that I got. So probably have to cut this in half, but it's actually, I think, a pretty close approximation. And I started to take it out, and I realized I need to plan where the joints are going to be, because it's going to be 2 4-foot sections, and then one section is going to be 3 foot 3 inches or something like that. So I have to decide where I want that split to be. We decided that we're going to make a 4-foot section here, because this is this where the refrigerator is going to be and the countertop, and she won't really be standing here that much. It'll be more there. So another 4 foot, and then the smaller section will be underneath, going underneath both sofas, where we're not going to be really standing anyway. Again, I don't think it's going to really make any difference, but it's just something you might consider where those joints will be. But if you put it in rock solid, you'll be fine anyway. So I've got the template basically down. It's got a few puckers, but I will cut it and bring it back inside and see what we've got. Well, I bet you're shocked that I ended up with something that I only had to do a little bit of trimming in a few places, and it's pretty close to being right where I need it to be. I've got a couple places where it's just barely short, and I'll just mark that. But you never would have dreamed that paper mess would have given me this. And, so here we are around the doorway. It's a little bit over on this edge. But otherwise, most of this is exactly the way it came. I had to trim around this wheel well a little bit and a little back here, but otherwise it really got me pretty much on the money. Well, fall has arrived. It's crazy windy out there, so we closed the garage door. I took brown paper and used that to make my template by just pushing it in and creasing it and cutting it. Worked really well. Then I brought it to the big sheets of cardboard, taped them together, and I've got a pretty good approximation of, I'm going to cut it a little wide probably just to be sure, because as you know, you can cut but you can't add back on. So we've got 3 pieces that this is spread out over, and I'm using the factory edge as much as I can. So my wife's going to help me, so we're going to get cutting this all up, and hopefully it will fit without a whole lot of tweaking. We'll see. Well, after we got the floor cut out, I decided to put it out in the driveway and paint kills on both sides. I thought it wouldn't hurt to seal it, even though it's going to be pretty well sealed underneath. So next we get the wood strips and insulation in, then this floor can be screwed down, and then we can put the vinyl floor on, and off we go to the walls and ceiling. We're making progress. Thanks for watching.